Hello everyone, welcome to the ITLS Academy. Today we are going to discuss about the natural antimicrobials. Okay, so what does mean by this antimicrobials? Antimicrobials are the agents. They are what? They are the agents. So they are the agent which is used to kill the microorganisms. Okay, so antimicrobials are what? They are the agents which is used to kill or inhibit the growth of the microorganism. Inhibit the growth of the microorganisms. Okay, now these microorganism means that either it is bacteria, either it is fungus, either it is mold or viruses, anything. Okay, so in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the natural antimicrobial agent means that with the agents which are present in naturals. So the agents which are present in nature. So we have to discuss about these type of the antimicrobial agents. So let's start the lecture. And natural antimicrobials are bioactive substances. Okay, so these natural antimicrobials are what? They are the bioactive substances. Okay, and they are derived from the natural source. Okay, either they are derived from the animal, either they are derived from the plant, either they are derived from the microorganisms. Ultimately, the main goal is what? To eliminate the microorganisms. Okay, now the natural sources may be the herbs, spices, milk protein, microbial metabolites, and minerals. Okay, and ultimately the main aim of this natural antimicrobials are what? They have to control the spoilage microorganisms and pathogens. Spoilage microorganisms are those microorganisms which spoil the food product, and the pathogens are those type of the microorganism which cause the disease into the human being. Disease into the human beings. They are the pathogens. Okay, now if we talk about the synthetic chemicals, these natural antimicrobials are safe as compared to the synthetic chemical, because in synthetic chemicals we uses a chemicals which have a harmful effect into the health of the human being. But when we use our natural antimicrobials, then what they do, they kill the microorganism, they eliminate the microorganism and does not cause any health effect. So it is considered as safer and acceptable to the consumer, and also have a additionally health effect benefits. Okay, apart from the killing of the microorganisms, these natural antimicrobial agents also have a health benefits. Okay, so their use is gaining importance because they provide a sustainable solutions. They provide the sustainable solution to a global challenges that such as food safety and antimicrobial resistance. So these are about the introduction of to the natural antimicrobial. Means what is this natural antimicrobial agents are, and what is the health benefit of that agents. Now, historical background. If we talk about the history of the natural antimicrobials, then these are not the new things. Okay, if we said that the natural antimicrobials are totally new, so this is not correct. They are the use of antimicrobial is not new. They are uses from ancient times, like spices are uses for the preservation of the food product. Salt, honey, and herbs, they are all used for the preservation of the food product, and it treated the infection. Means that these are the substances which we use to eliminate the microorganism, and ultimately when the microorganisms are eliminated, the food are preserved. Okay, now traditional medicines like your Ayurveda and Chinese medicine, they also rely heavily on plant extract for curing the disease. If we talk about the Ayurveda and Chinese medicine, both they are what? They are derived from the natural source, that is your plant extract, and both have use for curing of the disease. Over time, these practices inspire our scientific studies, and then after that, there is the identification of the active compound. Okay, like your adenosine in garlic, curcumin in turmeric, and today research has validated many of these tradition practices, transforming them into a modern application. Now, the compounds like allicin present into a garlic and curcumin in turmeric, they are what? They are a health benefits. Okay, so they are used as an antimicrobial agent for the treatment, for the eliminating of the microorganism, and also they are used in as a medicines. Need for natural antimicrobials. Okay, now if we talk about the chemical preservatives, okay, and antibiotics, okay, they both have what? They both have a health effect. Okay, because in chemical preservative, we use a chemical for the preservation of the food product. Now these chemicals, eh, also, like these chemicals are used to eliminate the microorganism, and they also have a health effect, like it have concern about the toxicity and allergic reaction, and also these compound are antimicrobial resistance. Okay, that's why it is very concerned to use a chemical preservative and antibiotic for the preservation of the food products. Now these the now these days the consumers have very concern about their health. That's why they have a demand for the use of the natural, um, clean label food with minimum synthetic additives. Now these time the consumer required are natural food products, okay, in which the involvement of these synthetic additives should be minimum. Moreover, the rise of antibiotic resistant bacteria poses a serious global health threat. Natural antimicrobials provide an effective solution by offering the safe, sustainable, and multifunctional properties. Okay, if we talk about the bacteria, nowadays these bacteria are what? They are antibiotic resistant. Okay, suppose that some bacteria have the antibiotic resistant, then they poses a serious global health threat. That's why the consumer are turned to the natural antimicrobials for the preservation of the food product, because it's provide a safe, sustainable, and multifunctional property that meet both industry and consumer requirements. Okay, so that's why the need of the natural antimicrobials are increases. Characteristic of ideal natural antimicrobial. Now, if we use a product as a natural antimicrobial, now what is the characteristic of that product? So for practical application, a natural antimicrobial should possess a certain characteristic. Okay, if we use a compound as a natural antimicrobial for the preservation of the food product, so that compound should possess a certain characteristic, like it must be a broad spectrum, meaning effective against a wide range of the bacteria, fungi, and viruses, and they should be non-toxic in nature, which is very important. The first criteria is that if we use some substances as a natural antimicrobial, so it should be effective against a wide range of the bacteria, fungi, and viruses, means that it should kill a wide range of that bacteria, fungi, and viruses, and It should be non-toxic, which is very important. If our natural antimicrobials are toxic, then it is no use of that food product for that substances for the preservation of the food product. And it should be safe for the human consumption and stable under processing and storage condition. Additionally, it should be affordable and non-adversely affect the sensory quality of the food. Okay. Now, apart from this, like it kill the wide range of the bacteria, fungi, and viruses, non-toxic and safe. Apart from that, it should be stable under the processing. When we use that substances, it should be stable under the processing and storage condition. Suppose that we use some natural antimicrobial, and when we give a heat, now due to that heat, the antimicrobials are rejected or destroyed. So it is no use of that antimicrobial agent. And suppose that if we store it at longer period of time, then their effect is decreases. So there is no need of that things. Now, apart from this, it should be affordable and non-adversary effect to the sensory quality of the food, like taste should be not change, color should be not change, or aroma should not be changed. Meeting all these criteria ensure wide industrial applicability. So these are the characteristic of the ideal natural antimicrobials. Now, classification of natural antimicrobials. They are classified into the four groups. The first is your plant-based, animal-based, microbial-based, and mineral-based. Okay. So, natural antimicrobials are divided into the four class. The first is your plant-derived compounds. Next is your animal-derived compounds. Then microbial-derived compounds, and the last one is your minerals. Means that the compounds which are derived from the minerals. Now, plant derived compounds are those type of the compounds which are derived from the plant. They are derived from the plants. They are known as a plant derived compound. Included the essential oils, phenolics, and flavonoids. Animal derived are those, that is your lysozyme, lactoferrin, and chitosan. Microbial derived, which are derived from the microorganism, like your bacteriocins, like niacin and netamycins. And minerals like silver, copper, they also have a antimicrobial activity. So these classification highlight the diverse source of the natural antimicrobials and their potential for the varied application. Okay. Now, after these classification highlight the diverse sources of natural antimicrobials and their potential for the varied application. So these are the classification of the natural antimicrobials. Okay, now come to the next slide. First classification is a plant derived antimicrobial. So plant derived antimicrobials are those antimicrobials which are derived from the plant source, which are derived from the plant source, and they have inhibit the growth of the microorganism. Okay, so plants are rich sources of the antimicrobial compounds. We all know that if we talk about the plants, then they are what? They are the rich sources of the antimicrobial compounds, like your herbs, spices, that is your clove, cinnamon, oregano, and garlic. They all contain phytochemicals, active phytochemicals, and these phytochemicals have antimicrobial properties. Okay, and like your essentials oil and extract from the plant also disrupt the microbial growth and are widely used in food preservation and medicines. Okay, so these essential oils and extract from the plant, they have also have a microbial antimicrobial effect, and they inhibit the growth of the microorganisms, and they are widely used in a food preservation and also in medicines. Plant derived compounds, they are generally safe, multifunctional, and widely accepted by the consumer due to their natural origin. Next is your first plant derived compound is your essential oils. Essential oil as a antimicrobial. So they are derived from the plant like thyme, oregano, and tea tree, and they have a effective natural antimicrobial effect. They contain the compounds like your carvacrol and thymol. It totally disrupts the microbial cell membrane and leads to the cell death. This carvacrol and thymol disrupt the microbial cell membrane. Okay, suppose that there is a microorganism like this. Now they disrupt this microbial membrane, and when the microbial membrane are disturbed, then ultimately the death of the microorganisms occur. Essential oils are widely applied in food preservation, pharmaceuticals, and cosmetic, and however their strong aroma and volatility may sometimes limit their direct use in food products. So this is about the essential oil as a antimicrobials. Next is your polyphenol and flavonoids. They are also derived from the plant source, and they are known as a secondary metabolites in plant. This polyphenol and flavonoids known as a secondary metabolites in plant with a strong antimicrobial and antioxidant activities. This polyphenol and flavonoid have both type of the activity, that is your antimicrobial and antioxidant. They are found in green tea, grapes, berries, and they ultimately disturb the microbial flora by interfering with the microbial enzymes, proteins, and membrane. When the microbial enzyme, protein, and membrane are disturbed, ultimately the death of the microorganism occur. Apart from antimicrobial effect, they also provide the health benefit, like it reduces the inflammation and prevent the chronic disease. Polyphenol and flavonoids, apart from that antimicrobial effect, they also have a health benefit, like it reduces the inflammation and prevent the chronic disease. Their dual functionality make them highly attractive in food, nutraceutical, and pharmaceutical application. Next is your garlic and onion extract. So they are also derived from the plant source. They are also derived from the plant source. Okay, and these garlic and onion extract are used traditionally for a century as a natural remedies. Okay, there is active compound present in garlic, that is your allicin. Allicin have a strong antimicrobial activity against a certain type of the bacteria, fungi, and viruses. And this extract of the onion contain a sulfur compound. It contains the sulfur compound, which also have a antimicrobial effect. These natural extracts are widely applied in food preservation and medicine due to their effectiveness and health promoting properties. So these are about the garlic and onion extract. Next is your spice derived antimicrobials. Okay, so there are several spices which also poses the antimicrobial effect, like your clove, cinnamon, and turmeric. They have a strong natural antimicrobials present into them. So this clove contain a eugenol, Eugenol and cinnamon contain a cinnamaldehyde and turmeric contain a curcumin. So these are the compounds which have a antimicrobial effect. Okay, like Evogel present in a clove, cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde and curcumin present into a turmeric. They all have used for the inhibit of the microbial enzyme and ultimately the microbial membrane disrupted. Now, these compounds not only prevent the spoilage but also enhance the flavor and make them popular in a food industry as a natural preservative. These are about the spice derived antimicrobials. Now, after spice derived antimicrobial, we have animal derived antimicrobials, means that the antimicrobial agents which are derived from the animal source. Antimicrobial agents which are derived from the animal sources and they inhibit the microorganism. Inhibit the microorganisms. Okay. Now these compounds included the lysozyme, lactoferrin, and chitosan. These are the animal derived compound which have an antimicrobial effect. Now these compounds occurred naturally in animal tissue, fluid and play a vital role in innate immunity. They are particularly valuable because they are non-toxic. Okay, these lysozyme and lactoferrin and chitones are what? They are non-toxic and it is the first characteristic of the substances if we use it as an antimicrobial. That is your non-toxic. They are present in naturally and effective in food safety application. Their use in dairy, meat and pharmaceutical industries is increases due to consumer demand for natural solution. Now the first animal derived is your lysozyme. Lysozyme is an enzyme. This lysozyme is an enzyme which is present into a egg white, tears and saliva. And it hydrolyzes the peptidoglycan layer present into a bacterial cell wall. We all know that the bacterial cell contain a peptidoglycan layer. Okay, now when we use our lysozyme, which is enzyme, it hydrolyzes that peptidoglycan layer and this lysozyme are mostly effect against a gram positive bacteria because this peptidoglycan layer are thick in case of the gram positive bacteria. Lysozyme has been used as a preservative in different type of the product, that is your dairy products, wine and infant food. Its natural origin and safety profile make it suitable for a wide range of industrial application. Now next is your lactoferrin. Lactoferrin is what? It is a iron binding glycoprotein. They are what? They are the iron binding glycoprotein and this lactoferrin are what? They are a animal source. Means that it is derived from the animal and it is found in milk, saliva and tears. By sequestering iron, it prevents the microbial growth as iron is essential for many pathogens. Lactoferrin is also have a antiviral and antifungal properties. Apart from the eliminating of the pathogenic microorganisms, this lactoferrin also have a antiviral and antifungal properties and it is widely used in a infant formulas, dietary supplements, medical products due to its dual antimicrobial and immune enhancing properties. Next is your chitosan. Chitosan are derived from the chitin. This chitosan are derived from the chitin, and it is present into the shell of the shrimp, crabs, and other crustaceans. And these ketosin are the biodegradable compounds. And apart from the biodegradable compound, it is also biocompatible compounds. And they have antimicrobial properties. Ketosin disturb the microbial cell membrane. This ketosin disturb the microbial cell membrane, has been applied as a eatable coating, active packaging, and medical dressing. Its eco-friendly natural nature make it as an attractive option for the sustainable antimicrobial applications. Next is your microbial derived antimicrobials. Okay, now means that the substances which are derived from the microorganisms, like microorganisms have a antimicrobial effect. Now, microorganisms also produce antimicrobial substances, and they are known as a bacteriocides. For example, niacin and natamycins, which are widely used in a food industries for the eliminating of the microorganisms. And these compounds are effectively at low concentration and are considered as safe for the consumption. Okay, when we use a microorganism as a antimicrobial agents, then their concentration should be at low. Then in that case it will consider as a safe for the consumption, and they provide a natural alternative to the chemical preservative in different industries like your dairy, meat, and bakery products. The first is your niacin. Niacin are derived from the Lactococcus lactis. Okay, niacin is a compound which are derived from that Lactococcus lactis, and if these are effective against the gram-positive bacteria, like your foodborne pathogens, that is your Listeria monocytogenes. Okay, in case of the Listeria monocytogenes, this niacin are very effective. It is approved by the FDA, and that's why this niacin are widely used in different industries like your processed cheese, canned food, and meat product. And its ability to extend the shelf life and ensure that food safety. Okay, when we use a niacin as a preservative, then it extended the shelf life of the product like your processed cheese, canned food, and meat product, and also have a also ensure the food safety and made it one of the most commercial successful natural antimicrobials. Next is your natamycin. Natamycin is a natural antifungal. They are what? They are natural antifungal compounds, and it is produced by the Streptomyces species. Okay, this natamycin are produced by the Streptomyces species, and it is used to prevent the growth of the mold and yeast without affecting the bacteria. Okay, if we use our natamycin, then it does not affect the bacteria. It does not affect the bacteria, but it affected the mold and yeast. These natamycin are commonly applied to the surface of the cheese sauces, so that it prevents the fungal spoilage. Its selective antifungal action make it valuable for maintaining the food quality and safety. Now, next is your mineral based antimicrobials. Okay, now there are several minerals which are also used for inhibiting the growth of the microorganisms, and these minerals are the silver, copper, and zinc. They have antimicrobial properties. Now, silver is a nanoparticles They are the nanoparticles, in particularly are widely studied for their ability to damage the microbial membrane and DNA. Okay, this silver damage the microbial membrane and DNA of the microorganism. Mineral-based antimicrobial are used in a food packaging, medical devices, and water purification system. Their long-lasting and broad spectrum activity make them highly effective in multiple industries. Next is your mechanism of action. Now, how these natural antimicrobials have a action against the microorganisms. Okay, now natural antimicrobial work through a different mechanism. Like some disrupted the microbial cell membrane, inhibited the enzyme, interfere with the protein synthesis, or damage the DNA. They are what? They are their mechanism of the action. Now, some compound like your lactoferrin, they deprive the microbes of essential nutrition such as iron, and these diverse mechanism reduces the chances of the microorganisms which are develop their resistant, making natural antimicrobial and highly valuable. Natural antimicrobial in food preservation. So these are the major application of the natural microbials, because this natural antimicrobials inhibit the growth of the microorganism, inhibit or eliminate the microorganism. Okay, and ultimately it used in a food preservation. They inhibit the spoilage microorganism and pathogens. Okay, that I already told you that spoilage microorganism spoil the food product by secreting their toxicity into the food product, and pathogen microorganism have a capability to cause a disease into the human being. And apart from that, when these microorganisms are eliminated, the shelf life of the food product extended, and especially in case of the perishable products. Perishable product means that the food product have less shelf life. That is known as a perishable product, and maintain the natural nutritional and sensory quality. For example, when we use a essential oil in case of the preservation of the meat, chitosan coating for fruits, and niacin in dairy products, what they do, they inhibit the growth of the microorganisms and increase the shelf life, and also maintain their nutritional and sensory quality. Next is your natural antimicrobials in medicine. So in medicine, we also use a natural antimicrobials which have which have a health benefit. Okay, they serve as a alternative of the antibiotics. Okay, now what is the role of the antibiotics? We all know that antibiotics are the chemical compounds which is used to kill the microorganism. Now, when we use a natural antimicrobials for the inhibiting of the microorganism, then they are known as a alternate of the antibiotics and chemical disinfectants. They are used in wound dressing, oral care products, and dermatologists. Natural antimicrobials are especially valuable in combating antibiotic resistant infection, making them promising candidate for future pharmaceutical development. Application in packaging. Now, what is the role of the natural antimicrobial in packaging industries? Now, this incorporate when in active packaging, we incorporate the natural microbials into the films, coating, and biodegradable material. Now, these antimicrobial releases are now sorry these material releases the antimicrobial agents. okay, which ensure that prolonged protection against the microbial contamination. When like slowly the antimicrobial agents are releases into the packaging material, then it help to ensure that the microbial contamination should not be occur as prolonged. For example, chitosan based film, silver nanoparticle coating. These technology improve the food safety while reducing the reliance on the synthetic preservatives. Advantages of the natural antimicrobials. So we all know that these natural antimicrobials are safe because it is non-toxic in nature, and they have a multifunctional. Okay, and these natural antimicrobials are accepted by the consumer, and they also have a different effect, like uh, it affected as like it provide us the antioxidant, anti-inflammatory or immune boosting benefit. Apart from then, it also have a health benefit and preserve the food products. So these all are come under the category of the advantages of the this natural antimicrobial, and there are huge demand of the consumer that the clean label and natural products. Okay, now consumer are shifted from the chemical based product to the natural product, means that the products which are preserved by the natural things. So that's why this natural antimicrobials are very important. They are eco-friendly and sustainable. Nature further strengthen their appeal in modern food and healthcare industries. Now see what is written here. Natural antimicrobials are generally safe, widely accepted by the consumer and multifunctional. Many also provide antioxidant, anti-inflammatory or immune boosting benefit. They align with the growing demand for clean label and natural product. Their eco-friendly and sustainable nature further strengthen their appeal in modern food and healthcare industries. Limitation and challenges, sorry. Despite their benefit, also these natural antimicrobials should have a challenges, like in instability under the heat, pH and storage condition. Now these antimicrobials are what? They are unstable under the heat, pH and storage condition. Extraction and purification are the costly. Some compounds have a narrow spectrum of activity or may alter the sensory properties of food, like your flavor and aroma. Overcoming these challenges is essential for their wider adoption. Technique to improve the efficiency. Now there is a modern technology which are help for increasing the effectiveness of the natural antimicrobials, like your nano encapsulation. It protect the volatile compound when we use our nano encapsulation. So the volatile compounds should be protected by them and allow to control the release. Combining different natural antimicrobials can create a synergistic effect, improving overall activity using a harder technology which combine with antimicrobial with other preservation method, and it also give a better protection against the spoilage and pathogenic microorganism. What we do, we combine these antimicrobial agent with the hurdle technology, then their effectiveness against the spoilage and pathogenic microorganisms increases. Next is your regulatory aspects. So the use of the natural antimicroorganism are governed by a strict regulation. Okay, because it ensures that the safety of the consumer, which is very important. So agencies like your FDA and EFSA grant the GRAS general recognized as safe status, so that it approve the compounds, that is your niacin and lysozyme. Clear labeling is required to inform the consumer, and regulatory approval ensure the confident and standardization in their use. Next is your case studies. So several real world applications are highlighted the success of the natural antimicrobials, like your oregano oil, which is used in the preservation of the meat to prevent the spoilage. Chitosan coating are applied to a fresh fruits and vegetables so that it will reduces the microbial contamination. Niacin is widely used in case of the dairy industries for controlling the Listeria species, and these case studies are demonstrated practical benefit and industrial relevance. Next is your future prospect. The future prospect of antimicrobials are lie in a technological innovation and integration. Research is focusing on new natural sources, that is your nanotechnology, which are totally based upon a delivery system and combination with the probiotics. Widely application are expected in case of the pharmaceutical, agriculture and water treatment. With growing consumer preference for natural product, the demand for natural antimicrobial will continue to rise. Now conclusion is what? This natural antimicrobials are safe, sustainable and effective alternative to chemical preservative, and they are broad application in different industries like your food industries, medicines and packaging. While challenges are exist, but this modern technology and research are making them more efficient and commercially viable. Their role in improving the food safety, public health and sustainability is invaluable for the future. So this is all about the natural antimicrobial. I hope you will understand. But if you have any query related to this, you are freely to ask me in a comment box, or for a further detail you can follow the ITLS Academy on different platform, that is your Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, WhatsApp and LinkedIn, and subscribe our channel ITLS Academy on YouTube and get our app from a Google Play. You can also ask your query to the helpline number that are already mentioned in your slide, that is 70808333 and 450, and visit our website, that is www.itlsacademy.com. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe our channel.